The Last Flight of C-26A. Airplane crash horror story, based on a true mystery. Flight 709 departed from London Heathrow to New York JFK on a cold winter night. 247 passengers. 9 crew members. Clear skies. No storm warnings. Everything about this transatlantic flight felt routine, too routine. I was seated in 26A, next to the window. I remember because the flight attendant smiled strangely when she checked my boarding pass. She paused for a second, then said quietly, "Please, keep your seatbelt fastened at all times." Her hands were shaking. 4 hours into the flight, over the dark Atlantic Ocean, the turbulence began, but only for a moment. The plane jolted once, violently, then returned to perfect stillness. No seatbelt sign, no announcement from the cockpit. That's when people noticed something wrong. The engine noise faded, not stopped, faded, like it was being swallowed. The cabin lights flickered. A man across the aisle whispered, "Why is it so quiet?" Suddenly, every screen in the aircraft turned black. Then, one by one, red text appeared. Altitude, unknown. Time, not found. A baby started crying, then stopped, abruptly. The smell came next. Burning wire. Cold iron, and underneath it, decay. Someone screamed from the rear galley. The captain's voice burst through the speakers, distorted, panicked. "Mayday, Mayday, this is Flight 709, we are experiencing static." There in the cabin, the lights went out completely. In the pitch-black darkness, we heard footsteps. Not human footsteps. They were wet, heavy, slow, moving down the aisle. Passengers began disappearing. Not dragged, not attacked. They were simply gone. Seats empty, belts unbuckled. No blood, no struggle. My phone vibrated. No signal, no Wi-Fi. Yet I had a message. Unknown contact. C-26A was never meant to be occupied. The temperature dropped sharply. Frost formed on the windows from the inside. I could see my breath. Emergency lights flashed on for a split second, and that's when I saw it. Something tall and bent, crouched near the overhead bins. Its skin looked like burned leather stretched too tight. Its face had too many eyes, and all of them were open. It turned its head slowly, toward me. Toward C-26A. The plane suddenly fell. People screamed. Oxygen masks dropped. Luggage smashed into the ceiling. The aircraft spiraled violently, alarms screaming like dying animals. Through the window, there was no ocean. Only clouds, below us. Clouds above us. The final message came through the cockpit speakers, not from the captain, but from something else. This flight landed years ago. The aircraft slammed downward. Silence. Aftermath. Rescue teams from the U.S. Coast Guard and UK Aviation Authority located the wreckage floating intact on the ocean surface. No fire damage. No explosion marks. No bodies. Every seat was empty, except one. C-26A, occupied by a perfectly fastened seatbelt. No passenger. No blood. No explanation. The flight manifest listed C-26A as blocked, do not assign. The reason: the passenger assigned to that seat died in a crash in 1998. Same flight number, same route, same seat. Flight 709 was officially declared lost due to unknown causes. But air traffic controllers still report hearing it. A distorted voice calling over emergency frequency. "This is Flight 709, requesting permission to land."